What are some of the ways that you have seen stuff go wrong? And what do you maybe wish had happened rather than what you saw?
Well, of course, I've seen clients who inherited money and just felt like that amount of money made them a little richer than it did. They had kind of an inflated sense of what this money might do for them. And often they are thinking of how they can make more money in it. They've ended up losing a lot more money. It is possible to lose. It's easier to lose $1 million than most people would imagine.
It's a whole lot easier to spend $1 million than it is to earn it. A
Absolutely.
couple Rolex watches and a Ferrari, and you're pretty much there. Get a house for your mother because you love her, other things like that. I mean, yeah, that money can be spent wisely. And also, if it's managed correctly, then it can last someone a long time and really make an amazing impact in the world.
Right. And so when I'm first getting to know clients, there are, I work there, three or four things that you see pretty commonly. One is a client who is very protective of the money they've built, but maybe a little too much. So they need to keep moving up their plan for what needs to be done and what's the best thing and the best outcome for what they want. But pretty much everybody would agree that four Rolex watches and a Lamborghini do not a life make. And studies that have been done on people in money show that having much more money than you need to have a comfortable life doesn't really add to your happiness. A lot of people are always, when they look at the assets they have, and they're they don't want to be left behind. They want to be sure that they're always making money. So that leads to a level of activity. But for a lot of my clients, they've earned this money, they've worked hard for it, and they're not tossing it around for baubles. They're thinking about money for their children and their grandchildren, or an expansion of their business. And, so that's a good way to go. Tragically is when you see a family and, a child or a person in the family who just can't get on board with thinking about the ways that money can enhance their life other than, oh, no, but I really want a Lotus, or I really want this. And that gets down to really helping people to learn to define what's the difference between what you want and what you need. You might want a shiny diamond pin, but do you need it? Not really. Nobody really needs that. They want it. It may feel like a need, but it's not really a basic human need. And years ago, they would try and motivate salespeople and various people to achieve in their business. And they'd say, well, you have to figure out what you want. And you put up a board, and it's like, I want a pair of carat diamond stud earrings. And then you'd see people going back and they'd figure out how much they had to sell or what they had to do to make that much money to have those things. And I come from an originally different background, so I believe in trusting the process. And I believe if you're doing, if you're doing your best and you're working hard to try and both grow and preserve capital for people, it's going to work out in the long term. And to me, investment and an important learning moment for clients or would-be clients is, I don't really want to work with somebody who cannot think over a longer term, who's going to every Monday say, I should have bought Pfizer last week. And I'm like, wealth is not built on trades. Wealth is built on the use of funds. And people make money more often doing something other than making it all in the stock market. However, if you're looking to continued growth in the market in your money, you're going to actually grow more using investments like stocks and short-term bonds and whatever, because you're not going to waste or lose as much. And you're not going to look at it every day and think with some reactivity, I need to do this, I need to do that. Sometimes what you need to do is sit on your hands and do nothing. And that is the hardest of all things to do, I think, in investments. And it's hard to teach people that.